Bom dia.
Bom dia. Como
Como
vocês estão?
Bem, muito bom.
I wanted to talk a bit about Sarah Connor being like a huge, badass female character right back in the day, one of the first. And now we are living in a moment that we have a lot of icons, like Wonder Woman, like Captain Marvel. And then we have Sarah Connor as well. She's there, yes. And do you think we can consider her a superheroine?
You should ask Jim Cameron that, because he has so many opinions. And there was that argument last year when Wonder Woman came out, and you know, Jim actually had to go in front of everyone and say that Sarah Connor was better than Wonder Woman because Sarah Connor didn't have any special superpowers. And I was like, just don't say my name and Gal Gadot's name in the same sense, because I'm going to come out the loser. It's like, don't get me into this. This has nothing to do with me. And I'm amazing in my own way, as Sarah Connor is, you know. So not a superhero, just a woman going through extraordinary circumstances and rising to the occasion.
You guys didn't get to shoot in Mexico, but Mexico was recreated somewhere else. So how was it? How the feeling of getting to someplace new and seeing familiar things and stuff like that?
At first I was very sad that we were not going to be shooting in Mexico, because I'm from Mexico City. But then when we got to Madrid and we saw the set, the Mexico City set there, it was insane. From the taxi, from the taxis to the public transportation, everything looked insane. It even smelled like
they
Mexico
did a great
City.
work.
They did an amazing job, and also Tim was great because he told us, you know, you have to get together with the art department, with everyone, to really tell them how to make this look better, which is great to have a director that's so open like that.
Yeah.
Sarah is a character that goes through a lot in these movies. The movies show her having this huge growth in personality and everything. So can you both tell me a bit about how was dealing with this growth of the character?
In this film, she has shrunk to a very small size, and her life has shrunk to a very small size. The journey is about growing back into some shape of human, because there's very little of her left. She's an island.
And do you think Grace helps her in that way as well?
No. I think that in the way that anyone who enters your life has some sort of effect on you, but I think that Dani is sort of the unifying force between these women. If it's a triangle, we're here, and Dani kind of brings us all together to find some commonality. But yeah, there's definitely an evolution of respect and admiration that grows between the two of them, but I don't know if Grace is changing Sarah in any enormous way.
So the franchise is all about technology and machines taking over the world and humanity getting behind. So do you guys feel or fear that maybe someday it doesn't have to be like the movie, but we're going to get to a point similar to the movie where technology just took over everything or something like that?
I think it's gonna happen. I mean, somehow we are heading that way. You know, it's like we are just like leaving more and more space of our lives to technology and our cell phones, and we're absolutely useless now I am useless without my cell phone. I don't know where I am, I don't know what time is it, I don't know where to go, I don't know how to communicate with people. So I think we're getting really dependable on technology.
Well, I guess the first step of the AI invasion would be rendering humans like lazy and useless, which I think they're doing right now. Like we're so eager to give up any sort of autonomy that, you know, we have all of this science fiction about spying, or even not science fiction stuff about, you know, the Iron Wall and all of this sort of communist spying going on in East and West Berlin. And then we invite Alexis and just these things into our house that we know are constantly listening to us and constantly receiving information, and it's not to make our lives easier, it's to collect data about us and find out when we're home, what do we do when we're home, how much are we in the kitchen. Anyways, it's wild that that's something that everyone has so willingly invited into their lives. And I think those little steps of not demanding privacy is the first step towards total annihilation, probably.
True. Access, access, access. You know, I mean, it's come upon us really in terms of mankind in such a short period. And, you know, if you just look at that and the speed with which this has happened, and if you carry that momentum with that kind of energy, it's not long before we're completely lost. So we need to take a step back and sort of reclaim our connections with each other, which basically these movies are all about, because only then can we really be together to bring about a change. And I just everybody sits in their room like this on their phone, and that's not connecting.
How do we win?
We win by keeping you alive.